I don't understand why George doesn't trust me. I mean, I was to play on the teeter-totter, and he said he won't play on the teeter-totter with me because what happened to him last week when Fred jumped off when he was on it, but now he won't play with me. Well, I know you told me about your friend who doesn't trust anybody. Can you tell me more about her?
She's been a police officer for years, and she's now chief of police, and still she has trouble with trust because people didn't do what they were supposed to do when she was a kid. They made promises and then didn't keep them, and now she doesn't
Kind of
trust
promises.
people.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What's a promise?
What's a promise?
Mhm.
If I tell you I promise to do something, that I'm going to bring you ice cream next time I come to visit, and then I come and I don't have any ice cream, I've broken a promise,
Oh,
right? You'd be disappointed. And would you trust me if I said again that I was going to bring something for you?
no, that happened to me with Lee Wilson. We were
Oh,
eating
yeah.
lunch and he promised me if he would be my friend if I gave him my applesauce. I gave him my applesauce and then he wasn't my friend.
Oh, well, exactly. So now you don't trust him anymore.
No
But
way.
right. But and that's a good way that trust helps us or distrust helps us. If somebody actually does something bad to us or breaks a promise like that, then we shouldn't trust them again. But the problem is for human beings is that we have a tendency to um it's called generalization. Isn't that a big awesome word, huh?
I
We
can't
have a
really say
tendency
it.
to
Generalization.
we have a tendency to think everybody is going to be that way then. And then we don't trust people that we don't even know yet.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
that's what's
like
happening with
this.
your friend with the teeter totter is he doesn't know that you're going to do anything bad to him, but he's not taking the chance because
Yeah.
it happened before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for telling me that. What's the name of your book?
Pardon?
What's the name of your book?
Well, it's kind of a adult book. It's not really. It's about, like I said, it's about a police officer, and she's investigating some pretty nasty crimes.
So,
Uh,
is this like something for Karen to read?
Maybe, yeah, yeah, for sure.
Is it a big book?
No, it's kind of a medium-sized book.
I bet you it's too much. I just know basic sight words.
Pardon?
I just know basic sight words.
Yeah, it's got a lot of big words in it, so it's definitely for adults.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Ed, why don't you go play and I want to hear more about Cassandra's book, okay? Okay, bye.
Bye. Nice meeting you.
That's great. I'm glad we talked about trust and um this sounds like a really interesting book because trust is something that we all need to think about. And
And a lot of us need to work on
yeah,
because it's kind of hard to make it to adulthood without somebody blowing your trust.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, in my character's case, her name is Judith, and like I said, she's the chief of police, and she's very good at her job, but she's not very good at relationships because of her distrust. And one of the subplots of the book's called Felony Murder, which is why I didn't really want to say it to Ed, because then
Yeah.
he'd want to know what murder meant.
Yep. And then you get into
Like
a whole
it's
new
not like it's
conversation.
erotica or something like that. It's not an adult book in that sense. It's just not really a children's book either.
Yeah.
And one of the subplots is about somebody who looks like the guy she's dating is going around town letting her catch glimpses of him while he's talking to various women, and she doesn't, and the man she's dating laughs about it and says, oh, well, I must have a doppelganger, I have a lookalike. And he kind of dismisses it, but she's not real sure whether that's really the case or if he's playing games with her, and yet he's not the type of guy who would normally play games. So in addition to the crimes that she's investigating in the book, she has this in the background kind of stirring up her old distrust from childhood, where her parents didn't keep promises like they should have.
And what
And
better way to cope with mistrust than in a book that you're reading about somebody else?
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And that's one of the things I try to do in my books, because I'm a retired psychotherapist. So I'm always about helping people improve their mental health. And that's one of the things I try to do, is help them maybe see some of their own issues in the characters, and that, kind of helps them perhaps to struggle through that. One of the lines in the book that just came out of my head without me really planning on it was, at some point she's telling herself, I know it's not, the guy's name is Sam, I know it's not Sam, I need to make myself trust Sam. And then she thinks, how can you make yourself trust somebody? That doesn't work.
Yeah.
And that just kind of, spontaneously came out of the ends of my fingertips while I was typing. And I think that's a great line. It's, we can't make ourselves trust. So
And
whatever.
then there's the gut feeling, or do you trust your gut? And how do you
Right.
build trust? And
Yeah.
a
So
lot of things
yeah.
to cope with in that.
Yeah. Trust is a real central issue for a lot of people, for sure. Yep.
I think I hope that I'm going to try to read your book. Is it on Amazon?
Not yet. It's not out yet, but I hope to have it out by the end of the month.
Okay, so it'd be on
And
Kindle.
yes, it'll be on Amazon. Yes.
You can read it electronically too, so you don't have
Right.
to.
Ebook and paperback eventually. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Sounds like a good one.
Thank you.
I know
hope so.
we've all been down that road with, at least I have a lot of times, trusting men, but
Right.
don't go
Right.
in.
Who can you trust and who can't you? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's always the question. Yep.
Well, thank you so much, and I'll be looking forward to your book.
Oh, well, thank you for having me in for a chat.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Say bye to Ed for me.